Gavin Molloy, a 1-1 draw and a good point at home.
Yeah, I think the first half we weren't really at it. I think they had most of the ball. They were controlling the tempo of the game, I think, and then the second half, big swing of momentum. I'd say we controlled probably the best team in Ireland and nicked the late equaliser. So happy with the point. Yeah.
It was a very positive team from the outlook and attacking team. Was the goal always to come here to get 3 points off the champions?
Yeah, it was. It was like they're a good team, but they're not the be all and end all of, like, they're beatable. We know we can put it up to these teams, like as you can see in the second half, and I think the attacking team shows it and shows we wanted to press them and not just sit back.
It was another really solid defensive performance, but again, just another, it must be frustrating goal to concede again.
Yeah, it is. It's we conceded a lot from set pieces, and it's something we do try work on. It may not seem like it, but it is something we try cut out, but they just happen, and it's very frustrating. It is. Yeah.
You mentioned swing and momentum in the second half. What was said at half time, the managers mentioned it here in his interview as well, that there was a major swing in momentum. What caused it?
I'm not too sure, but Davey took the team talk at half time, and he just told, listen, when it's all over you'll miss these times, and he just said go out and enjoy every minute of it, and I think we did and got back into the game deservedly.
How important is that from a staff point of view? I think everyone just presumes it's always the manager at half time and pretty much always talking. How important is it to have a broad staff with so much experience that everyone can pitch in?
It's so important. I think the staff they're very different in their own ways, but they're all elite in their different environments, and I think it's one of the best coaching staffs in the league.
And you mentioned we at times made the champions look very, very ordinary. It must be a great encouragement for the group of players that are here. It's a young group to be able to come here, and at times we passed the ball around Rovers that couldn't really get near us. It must be a great encouragement for the group.
Yeah, I think it's just the belief, because sometimes we don't believe in ourselves, but when we do believe in ourselves, we put it up to these teams, and we beat Derry, we draw here. We're just that little minute where the result doesn't go our way, and I think it's just belief.
This club must mean an awful lot to you. Your family is etched in the history of the club, and for you personally to pop up with an equaliser in a Ringsend derby in front of a packed away end, a packed Riverside, must mean an awful lot to you.
It meant so much, that goal. I think just the feeling when I saw it go back in the back of the net, it's incomparable.
All the players we've interviewed on the podcast or anything this year all mention you as a leader, that you may not be the typical vocal leader, but in your performances you always step to the fore. Is that something that's just in you, do you think? Is it something you've had to work on, or is it just something you have?
I wouldn't say it's something I have to work on, no. I'd say being the vocal point is something I'd have to work on, but I think performances show that I can be a leader, and then I'm definitely trying to work on the vocal side and tell people where to be, so yeah, I think it's just in me.
You're being mentioned everywhere, you're in Teams of the Week, your name's in the headlines at the moment a little bit. For you personally, the journey you've been on coming up through the club and as a younger player, how does it feel now that you're regular in the Shelbourne starting 11 and you're probably one of the first names on the team sheet?
I'm just trying to enjoy every minute of it. I'm taking every game as it comes, and just trying to stay in the team and do my best.
Will a bit of time off now before the Sligo game, that becomes a massive game with the way the results went tonight. The hunt for that fourth spot is really still on, so is it disappointing now maybe to have the couple of weeks without a competitive game?
I wouldn't say so, no. I think our squad is a bit lighter today. I feel like the squad could do a little break, a little refresh maybe, but no, the European race is definitely on. You see 2 games you win and you're up in third, up in second. You lose when you're down in seventh. We're definitely in it.
With all the teams obviously playing in Europe, the Irish teams in the last few weeks, is it something you're watching and does it make it easier to reach that target? Do you think you're seeing teams playing and going, that's where I want to be?
Yeah, definitely, because you see Dundalk playing, we go up, we get a draw up there, we see we're as good as them, even better than them, so yeah, it's just, I think, believing in ourselves and trying to get that fourth, maybe third spot.
Thanks, Gav.
No problem.